Hey, Michelle O'Neill here. So I figured this week, since I've been talking about your empowerment of your environment, I'd actually take you on a little show and tell around my home. A short tour of some of my favorite spots in my home and share with you why they're fashioned the way they are, what the message is that I want to portray to myself and those who come into my home, and why it's taken me a little bit even to get this far. I'm also so excited about this week's Little Woman Big Vision Spotlight. She's accomplished so much already, and she's just in the first quarter of her life. She's a designer, all about the environment, right? And an author, an activist, and a phenomenal speaker. But just wait until I unveil her later. So come on, let me show you around. Okay, so since I was in this stairwell, I wanted to show you this first. This is one of the first things that I see walking up my stairway because I wanted to remind myself what was so important. Remember in the podcast, I talked about the words that we want to tell ourselves in our environment. So what it says is, faith makes things possible, not easy. Again, faith makes things possible, not easy. And I want to remind myself it was the faith that made it possible, but there was no promise that it would be easy. So now I'm going to take you downstairs, and so just hold on. Okay, so here we are right in the doorway. So this is the first thing that people see when they come into my house, right? And I wanted it to be welcome, that people knew that they were welcomed here in my home. So this one says, be our guest. It doesn't matter if you come to visit or come to rest. When you enter our home, may you always be blessed. So I just wanted them to know that our home is to bless them. Here's another one of those comfortable spots that I was talking about. I love journaling here. I just put on my soft music and it just puts me in the right mood, the brown chair, the fireplace going, and just, again, being comforted and just hugged in the chair. That's the word I was looking. I love being hugged in the chair, and I can rock too. So this is my favorite journaling spot. And like I said, our environment is so empowerment, and we have the ability to create the mood and the feelings that we want to create. So what are you doing in your home? What are the moods that you're creating in your home? I want to take you two more places in the house just to show you a couple more of my favorite spots. Okay, this is where it all happens. This is my think tank, and I have things on my wall and on my little ledges there to remind me of the things that I need to focus on and think on during the day. I have my sticky notes, my whiteboards, everything I could need. But what's most important are words like the ones behind me. She is clothed in strength and dignity, and she laughs without fear of the future. Proverbs 31:25. And then I have my little be brave, stand tall, and never stop growing. These are the things that spur me on throughout my day to remind me who I am, why I'm here, and whose I am. So this is my office. And like I said, one of the greatest things to empower us are words. Okay, so my final set of words right behind me. This is the game room. So I have things like the Scrabble dictionary, card games, just little things that are fun. But I still want to remind myself of certain things. So behind me here I said, wisdom is knowing the right path to take. Integrity is taking it. So as I said, I've surrounded myself with words that empower me and empower others when they come into my home. So I'll talk to you later. I hope you've enjoyed the short little tour so I could show you how I used my environment to empower me. But this week's podcast, take a time to listen, and I give you more tips and the understanding of why it's so important to use certain things in your environment to lift you up, to empower you, to calm you, and so much more. I hope you've enjoyed this behind the scenes of what happens in my home. Until next time, Take care.